Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to Tawasaw's Ramadan series, Your Relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This episode might be one of the most important episodes in this series because it lays a very important foundation. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about us in the Quran and exposes our defects to us so that we know how to fix them, many people, when they read these verses, when Allah is talking about the human, and it sounds like critical, and sometimes it sounds like it is accusing the human, people do not read in these verses that before Allah said that, He described the remedy, the solution before that point that He mentioned, the criticism, or after. Meaning, Allah will tell you what's your defect, and Allah will tell you how to fix it. In Surah Al-Ma'arij, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lays a foundation that we all have to know about ourselves. When Allah says, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ خُلِقَ هَلُوعًا إِذَا مَسَّهُ الشَّرُّ جَزُوعًا وَإِذَا مَسَّهُ الْخَيْرُ مَنُوعًا. Truly the human is created in a state of hastening, in a rush, always impatient. If evil or something hard or difficult befalls on him, he becomes frantic, panic attack, anxiety, frantic, distressed, completely dysfunctional, afraid, scared when evil or something hard touches the human. وَإِذَا مَسَّهُ الْخَيْرُ مَنُوعًا. And if something good happens to him, like suddenly he makes a lot of money, suddenly, he wins something, a prize, he gets a raise at his job or her job, some big deal happens into your life, something good and beneficial. وَإِذَا مَسَّهُ الْخَيْرُ مَنُوعًا. And if something happens to him good, he does not want to share it with others. He will keep it only to himself. He does not want to spread the blessings or share the bounty, nothing. Only for myself. Selfishness and self-centeredness. These three statements about the human, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ خُلِقَ هَلُوعًا إِذَا مَسَّهُ الشَّرُّ جَزُوعًا وَإِذَا مَسَّهُ الْخَيْرُ مَنُوعًا. The human is impatient. When something hard or evil happens to him, he becomes frantic. And if something good happens to him, he becomes stingy. Why is that? Because Allah explains in the Quran that the human realizes deep inside himself and herself that we are limited in resources. We have very limited time, we have very limited health, we have very limited energy. We have to sleep and rest. If we don't, we become dysfunctional. We have a limited amount of wealth, and when we gain wealth, we have to spend it in order to enjoy it, which makes the wealth less and less. The more you enjoy your wealth, you spend it. The more you spend, you're going to have less, which is a very interesting cycle. The human realizes that if I become sick, and it's a serious sickness, I could die. My life could end. If I lose all of my money, I could fall into hard times and hardship. Maybe I can't even pay the rent. If I don't have enough time to study, I will fail the test in school. Or if I don't perform well in the job interview, I will not get hired. This realization of the human about his own limitations and weaknesses makes the human act in a certain way without faith. Do you know after Allah mentioned these three things in Surah Al-Ma'arij, what did He say after? He said, إِلَّا الْمُصَلِّينَ. Who's not like that? Only the people who pray, and they pray regularly. We're talking about 5 times prayers, regularly, on time. Why? Because the 5 daily prayers creates a relationship between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That relationship centers you, anchors you, makes you stable. Why? Because you're no more looking at your own limitations. You're looking at Allah, the unlimited. You're looking at Allah, the one who created infinity. He's beyond infinite. You're looking at Allah, whose resources will never run out. You're no more calculating based on your own deficiencies and weaknesses and limitations. You are making calculations based on Allah's karam, ata, and sakha, Allah's generosity, Allah's giving, Allah's abundance. You know, this is a mentality. You know, they say when people make decisions in life, whether in companies or even in the non-for-profit world, they say there is a scarcity mindset. There is not enough, let's not spend. And there is abundance mindset. Let's spend and let's give because Allah will give us more. This point has been mentioned so much in the Quran, and the beauty of your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you strengthen that relationship, you will depend and rely on Allah, and you will no more live either frantic or stingy and selfish, either freaking out, panic attack, anxiety. That's what happens when you don't have strong iman and faith. You know, unless it's a medical condition, then that's a totally different discussion. People with medical conditions are outside whatever I'm saying now, but for the rest of mankind, who maybe in a way, we all have mental issues. We all have these difficulties. We all have this deep sense of anxiety. Why? Because we know our resources and our time is limited. My dear brothers and sisters, there is nothing in this world, on this planet, that will take that away from you and give you stability and make you heavy, peaceful, strong, and hopeful, like believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this month of Ramadan make us from the righteous, from al-muttaqeen, from his pious servants. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.